LeBron James is one of the greatest players in NBA history, if not the best, and he is in a club of less than 40 players to have won a championship with two separate teams, the Miami Heat and the Cleveland Cavaliers. So in today's video, we're going to be combining both of these teams together and seeing if they can go 82-0. So we're in my league right now, and I have created a roster of the 2013 Miami Heat and the 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers. And I've just taken the top rated players from each team in the game, put them on the same team in my league, and then we're going to see if they could go 82-0. So just checking out our team, of course. Up top, we got LeBron James. I decided to only use one LeBron James in the simulation. I don't know. I feel like it would just be weird having two LeBrons on the same team, and it's not very realistic at all. And this is actually the Cavaliers LeBron James, because the Heat LeBron James, for some reason, was only a 98. The Cavs LeBron was a 99. So we're going to go with the Cavs LeBron. Of course, we got Kyrie Irving running point guard, Dwayne Wade at shooting guard, Kevin Love at power forward, and Chris Bosh at center. So we have a perfect starting of five here, one player that plays at each position, and of course Kevin Love and Chris Bosh could be switched around if they wanted to. That'll kind of be dependent on how good they do throughout the season. And then checking out the rest of the team, we got J.R. Smith, Tristan Thompson, Ray Allen, Shane Battier, Richard Jefferson, Matthew Dellavedova, Iman Shumpert, Channing Frye, and Rashard Lewis. So that is going to be our team, just the 15 highest rated players from each of those teams. And of course, like I already said, we're going to see if they can go 82-0. If you guys are new here, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. The goal is to try to hit 400,000 subscribers before NBA 2K21. We don't have a lot of time. I'm not sure if we're going to hit it, but we might as well try. We're at 371,000 right now. But I'm actually going to be simulating 5 seasons with this team to see if they can go 82-0. Because you never know, in 2K, you can have a glitchy simulation where the team does really bad. So we're just going to do it 5 times and see if in those 5 sins they can go 82-0. Let's just hop into our first simulation. Well, first simulation did not go too great for the team. They go 65-17. That is just not good at all. I also forgot to mention, but Eric Spoelstra is the head coach, just because obviously he's going to be a little better than Tyronn Lue at that head coach position. I thought that would be their best chance, but this team did not do good. Team chemistry only at 65%, not too high at all. Looks like these guys just aren't mixing well together. They actually did worse than the 2013 Miami Heat, who went 66-16. So already starting off not too strong at all. Simulation 2 went even worse. They end up going 64-18 here. Team chemistry up to 70%. I don't know why they're just not doing better, because this team is insane. Just check out the starting lineup right now, and they improved throughout the season as well. And then even their backups, they got some great players as well. I just don't get why they aren't doing better than how they are. Maybe third time's a charm. Simulation number 3. Simulation number 3, and it's their best record so far. 67-15, beating that 2013 Heat's record with 66 wins. So they are improving here in the third simulation, but they are still nowhere close to going 82-0. I think a lot to do with their losses is the chemistry, because as you can see, they don't have many losses at the end of the season. Most of their losses come at the beginning when their chemistry is kind of low, and then as it goes up throughout the season, it gets a little better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a season without the team chemistry and see if they can do a little bit better. So turning off team chemistry enables the team to go 70-12. A little bit of improvement here, but still not even close to going 82-0. And in our final simulation, they get the best record so far, 71-11. Still not even close to that 82-0. 11 more wins is quite a task to do. So unfortunately, this team could not go 82-0. In fact, they weren't even able to set the NBA record for most wins in a season. But since this was the best season so far, we're going to continue from here into the playoffs and check out all the player stats, see who won MVP and everything like that. Starting off with MVP, it is going to go to LeBron James, who averaged 21.8 points per game, 7.2 rebounds, and 10.1 assists, as well as 1.3 steals, 0.9 blocks. So not crazy in terms of scoring, but rebounding, assisting, he did very good this season. So he kind of took a step back and did not score as much. Ja Morant, rookie. Nurkic, 6-man. Kawhi gets defensive player, Bam with most improved, and then of course Eric Spoelstra is going to get coach of the year, since this team did go 71-11, which is very good. Even though he didn't even have to coach this team, they could have done that on themselves. Check out the All-NBA first team. We got LeBron James, of course, on our Heat, the Heat and Cavs combined, and then also current LeBron also making it on the first team. On the second team, we do not have anybody that is actually Bam from the regular Miami Heat. And on the third team, nobody either. So the only player to make an All-NBA team was LeBron James, which is not that good. Dwayne Wade makes the All-Defensive first team, and LeBron makes the All-Defensive second team. Checking out our player stats for the season, Kyrie Irving is going to end up being the points per game leader on the team, scoring 25.5 points per game. LeBron second with 21.8, D Wade with 18.5. So nobody on the team scoring an insane amount of points, but in real life in these two seasons, none of the players on these teams scored an insane amount of points either. In fact, of these two teams, LeBron had the most points per game in a season with 26.8 in 2013 for the Miami Heat. And then as we go down the list, Shane Battier, everybody after this actually did not get to play during the season. Going over to rebounds per game, Kevin Love pulling 10.1 boards, so he does average a double-double. Assists per game is going to be LeBron. Of course, he had 10.1. So again, LeBron getting a double-double as well. D Wade with 1.8 steals per game. Chris Bosh with 1.5 blocks per game. LeBron had the best field goal percentage on the team. Ray Allen shot the best from the three-point line, of course. That is not surprising at all. And then Shane Battier doing the best from the free throw line. In terms of minutes per game, Kyrie played the most minutes with 40 minutes per game. I actually just let the coach do whatever he wanted in terms of the minutes, so he had full control over that. D Wade and LeBron both with 35, and Kevin Love and Chris Bosh only getting 30 minutes per game. And then in terms of the plus minus, Kyrie did have the best plus minus. LeBron and D Wade second with both with 10.3. But we're going to come over here to team stats to see how the entire team compared to the rest of the NBA. Of course, they did get the best record with 71 wins. And for points per game, they were only the third best team. So not the best scoring team in the entire NBA. But for points allowed per game, they allowed the least amount of points, giving them a 15.2 point differential, which is the best in the NBA. So the best defensive team and the third best offensive team in the league. Field goal percentage, they had the best field goal percentage. They are nowhere close for three-point percentage. They're going to be 12th in the NBA. For free throw percentage, again, they are very far down the line. One of the worst teams in the NBA for free throws. Coming over here to rebounds per game, they're going to be third in the NBA. For assists, they're going to be first. For steals, they're going to be first. And for blocks, they are going to be third. So at the top in a few categories, near like the top three for most of them. But usually when we combine the two teams together and make these teams, they end up being the best in every single statistical category, but not for the 13 Heat and the 16 Cavs. But let's just hop into the playoffs here and see if they can at least go undefeated in the playoffs. Let's just simulate the first round up against the Atlanta Hawks. The nice thing is both these teams are from the East, so they're going to stay in the Eastern Conference. And LeBron James looking like he's going to sweep the Hawks yet again. The second round, it is going to be the Toronto Raptors they are facing off against. Starting off with a 1-0 lead. The Raptors get a game on them. The Raptors up 2-1. There we go. The Heat tied up 2-2, 3-2. Raptors tie it up, and there we go. The Heat winning in game number 7. I can't believe that went to a game 7 with how stacked that team was. Especially since LeBron was able to beat the Raptors pretty easily throughout his career with a lot worse teams. But in the Eastern Conference Finals, they're up against the Milwaukee Bucks. In the West, we got Lakers versus Warriors. Let's see if they can move on to the NBA Finals. 2-0 lead against the Bucks. Bucks get a game, 3-1 lead, and there we go. 4-1 victory over the Bucks, and the Golden State Warriors end up making the NBA Finals. Of course, this is the uninjured Warriors, and Warriors taking the 1-0 lead. Heat tied up, and then Heat looking like they're going to win this 4-1, and LeBron James will be our Finals MVP, of course. That makes a lot of sense. LeBron, he averaged 29 points per game in the Finals, 7.2 rebounds, and 12.4 assists. So really good series for him here. He also shot 50% from the three-point line, which is very good as well. But I'm going to be doing one more simulation. I want to see how good this team would do if we had both of the LeBrons on. So the 2013 Miami Heat LeBron and the 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers LeBron. So we're going to do that next and see if maybe that team can go 82-0. And they were not able to go 82-0. 67 wins on the season right now. They actually did worse than what they did without the second LeBron James. So let's just simulate through this last game. They're going to get the W there. So 68-14 throughout the season. LeBron James does get MVP. And this is the Miami Heat LeBron. 22 points per game, 8 rebounds, 9.7 assists. And LeBron also getting Defensive Player of the Year. 1.8 steals, 1.5 blocks. So of course that LeBron's going to be on the first team. I wonder if the other LeBron just didn't do as well. Here's the current LeBron James, and okay, here's the other LeBron James on the team is going to make the third team. So I think there's a little bit of a power struggle between the two players. They weren't really sure how to share the ball too well. Player stats. Kyrie with the most points per game. These two LeBrons pretty close together. But it looks like having two LeBrons on the same team is not too great for the team. They do end up winning the NBA championship yet again, of course. I'm not sure which LeBron this is. This is actually the Miami Heat LeBron, 29 years old. 20.2 points per game, 8.6 rebounds, 8.4 assists. So still able to win the championship here. They actually did a little bit better in the playoffs, only losing 4 games in total. Whereas with the previous simulation, they lost 3 to the Toronto Raptors. But yeah, adding those two LeBrons, not really helping out the team too much. They just didn't get along well, couldn't share the ball too well. I mean, that would be hard to have 2 of the greatest players of all time and try to make them share the ball. But that is going to be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you do subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and let me know if you want to see any other 2 teams in history team up together to see if they could go 82-0. This has been your boy Smequle though, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone in progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone in affection, I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the